Next, I want to cover syncing footage. And remember how we had a speech is slow and ceremony slow? Here's the reason why we need these duplicated. So let's start with the ceremony. I like to often go with the dialogue first, so I first identify. I think the third audio event in the day was a ceremony. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 180 is our ceremony. Now these are 3 different audio tracks, so I like to drag them separately. 1 track, 2, and 3. Otherwise, if I did them all at the same time, Pluralize would put them all on 1 track. Now you may not be using Pluralize, there's also ways of doing this within Premiere. Now, because we have our ceremony organized here, we know from 2379 to 2395, those are our gimbal clips. So 2375 to 79. Let's go to our footage to 95. And we will pull those onto 1 track. So we are organizing these by the different cameras that we used. So we have now 3254. So that'll be its own track. And then we have 6870 to 6898. Now, a bunch of these clips, a bunch of these shots were done before and after the ceremony. So they're not really relevant, but I'm not wasting my time sifting through them now. Pluralize will just put them at the end. No big deal. As you can see, everything's now synchronized. I mean, not everything. There's numerous clips that weren't, but that's fine. I already knew that a lot of this footage was filmed before and after the ceremony, so I'm really not worried about it. We will now save it to Melanie and Anthony. We will make a sync folder, and this will be the ceremony sync. Export. Great. Now back in Premiere, under sequences, I will make a sync bin, and in here, Command I will import our synced ceremony. So to show you where we ended up with all of our sync sequences, we have a ceremony sync sequence, we have our bride and groom read to each other, and then I actually decided to group the entrance, the speeches, and all of the dances all on the same timeline. You can split them up if you want to. You can, for that matter, you can actually put everything on the same timeline if you want to. But it doesn't really matter because all of these timelines will be just there as a backup. We'll be duplicating and working from them in other ways. You will see what we do with them in the next section, which will be the skeletons. So see you in the next section.